Hello everyone, it's Brandy Janae here. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. If you are new here, then welcome. And if you're returning, hey, it's great to see you again. So in today's video, I just wanted to kind of do a what's going on with you now, girl kind of video. So I am officially 1 month and 3 days post-op. Yay! And I know in my last video, I kind of talked about the struggles with the surgery and where I was at as far as my diet and things. I believe when I filmed the last video, I was still on my liquid diet, getting ready to start the puree phase, or at least at the very beginning of the puree phase. So I have, as of today, which is why I waited to film this video, officially made it past the puree phase. And that consisted of, your sugar-free jello, sugar-free pudding, obviously your protein shakes, and then you could have like pureed soups, mashed potatoes, and, things like that. So in the beginning, I was so excited. I was so excited to move past just drinking everything, that I was like, yay, mashed potatoes. But then as week 2 and sliding into week 3 hit, I'm like, I don't ever want to see another mashed potato or soup again as long as I live. So, but I made it. So now I am in the next phase of the diet, which is where you reintroduce meats. So I'm super duper excited about being able to do that. I did have tuna for lunch today, and I can't even begin to describe how much joy that brought me. So throughout the course of this journey, again, the beginning, like I said, was, for me, it was awful. That's it. It was awful. It progressively got better. And even now, like most, I would say probably 90% of the time, maybe even 90%, 95% of the time, I am excellent. I do have those moments where my stomach is just not quite cooperating the way I would like for it to. So in those times, I choose to focus on the liquids more than I choose to focus on the food. So if it ever gets to a point where my stomach is like, nah, I don't feel like it today, then I just, will keep drinking the water, keep drinking those protein shakes. I even bought like a, which I don't know if I had I don't think I had it in the last video, but I bought an unflavored, protein powder made by Jenipro, which I will link in the description below, because it has been truly a lifesaver. I was talking to my grandma one day, and I was, kind of whining about not being able to get in as much water as I wanted, because I was doing so much, protein shake drinking to get that 60 grams of protein that they recommend for us to have. And so she was like, well, why don't you just put the protein powder in your water? My grandma is not just a pretty face. That thought had never even dawned on me. So now that I've been able to add that to my water, I just put that in there with a little flavor packet. It doesn't necessarily change the taste of the water to me, as long as you put one of the sugar-free packets in there. But it does kind of change the, I guess, consistency of the water, if that makes sense. But it's not awful. Like, you can totally just drink it down. So in the morning, especially if I am going through like I'm not in the mood for breakfast kind of phase, that's a lot of the times what I will do for breakfast. Just because, like I said, some days my body is just like, nope, I just don't feel like eating. So that's been working out really nice for me. And then another thing is, y'all, I done snuck and went to Popeyes and got me some mashed potatoes. I know. I didn't tell my doctor because I don't really know how that works. But those potatoes with that little bit of beef gravy, that's what helped me make it through. I'm not even gonna lie. That's what helped me make it through. And I was excited because it did add a little protein to the potatoes that you normally wouldn't get if you just make, the instant potatoes at home. So that was amazing. I did also, if I was eating mashed potatoes, I did kind of flavor them up. So some days I'd have like garlicky ones. Then I even added like taco seasoning one day. So it's kind of like this whole taco tato, which was really cool. But then, with the soups, that pureeing is more than a notion, but it's worth it, again, so that you are not uncomfortable, and just so that the food digests a little bit better. So I did go buy one of the little puree, I don't even know how you would describe it. It's like a little puree gun. That's what I always called it. I did go buy one of those from Target. I will check Amazon to see if they have the one I have, because mine is made by KitchenAid. And if they do, I will link that below, because it does save, you some time. And it's a lot easier to me than trying to pour your soup in, one of your blenders or whatever, and then waiting for that and, transferring it back. And I just felt like that was too many transfers. With the puree thing, I was able to literally just stick it in the pot and puree it while it was in there, and then use my food scale to measure it out. And then, one can of soup was, for me, doing a half a cup at a time, was like 2 servings. So, once I put the 4 ounces that I was going to eat in the bowl, then I put the other 4 ounces in a mason jar and just stuck that in the fridge for another time. So, and then also scrambled eggs. I made it, eating them soft. They did not have to be fried hard like I always have done. So I did, get over that. And, I ate grits, not every day, but, a lot of days for breakfast. So I do like 1 medium scrambled egg. 1 medium-sized scrambled egg. And then I use those little instant packets of grits, and I probably only eat about a half of that. Just to, kind of add some variety to my breakfast. And then I think that was yesterday. Instead of scrambling the egg, I almost kind of made it in like omelet form, because it was still, obviously really soft. And I just added like a teeny tiny bit of shredded cheese, just because I just needed something different. So again, I'm so excited right now that I was able to move to this next phase. I did, throughout this course, decide that I would like to become a pescatarian. So I am going to focus on, primarily the seafood, and kind of give up the chicken and turkey and, beef and pork. It's been something that I've been thinking about for a really long time. And so now that I've kind of had this full body like reset, I feel like it's just the best time to, start over. So I'm really, really, really excited about that. I'm looking forward to making shrimp tonight for dinner. Yay! And, as the time goes, I will be slowly incorporating, multiple things at a time. But right now they kind of want you to try one thing at a time, just to see, how your body responds to it. So obviously I could have like, if I wanted to do like shrimp and mashed potatoes, that would be fine, because I know that my body tolerates the mashed potatoes. But like I said, me and mashed potatoes broke up. So at least for a little while. So I'm going to probably just kind of be eating meat this week, just so I can try out the different things and see, what I like and what I don't like. And again, by meat, I mean seafood. And then next week, I get to start, next Wednesday, I'll be able to start the next phase, which incorporates more of your vegetables and your fruits. So again, I'm really, really looking forward to, continuing to progress. So I had my month follow-up today with the nutritionist, and it was this whole like Zoom meeting, which was really cool. And I got to see some of the other patients that, had gone through the process with me around the same time. So that was nice, being able to see other people and kind of hear about their journey. And then a lot of times they ask questions that I maybe hadn't thought about. So that was really cool. But one thing I will say is, because one of the girls, she did it, and she lost like 10 pounds right away in the beginning. And then since that first week of surgery, she's only lost 4. So she was feeling very, 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 very discouraged. And the nutritionist, was like, no, we recommend that you lose anywhere between like 1 and 2 pounds a week. So following that guideline, you're doing great. Which then made me very, very, very concerned because I have literally been losing probably anywhere between 3 to about 5 pounds a week. So I'm like, whoa, am I losing too much weight? And so, I kind of asked her, that at the end, and she was like, oh no, like you are doing excellent. As long as you're meeting the requirements that we're asking of you, you're doing fine. So again, if you decide to go through this process, just know that literally every single person is different. What works for me may not work for you. I know that your food cravings change as time goes, and even your taste buds change. I know when I first started, I was able to drink like the Premier shakes and Equate shakes and Muscle Milk shakes and all of those things and the different flavors and all. Now I really only like chocolate. Like everything else, I'm like, eh. I'll drink a little bit, but I don't like it. So sometimes I force myself to drink it because I have it, and then other times I just give it away because I'm like, nope. And I did find that the Core Power protein drink made by Fairlife is by far my absolute favorite out of all of the shakes. So I will probably be kind of switching out those other ones, and it's I'm pretty sure it's non-dairy, so that might be why I like it a little bit more. Because the other ones, I'm not a dairy person, so for me, it can be a little bit harder on my stomach to have all of that extra dairy. So I will probably start kind of weaning those other ones just away, unless of course someone buys them for me, and then I'll drink them. So my support network has been absolutely amazing. I have a few friends that of course are on this journey with me. Shout out to Cherie, my unofficial mentor. Amanda has been putting in that work, y'all, and she didn't even have the surgery, but she's just really like working to get her life together. So I'm so proud of her. My mommy, so proud of my mommy. Again, she's not a surgery person, but she's been with me since the liquid diet. She even joined in on the liquid diet with me. So just, having that support around you is so awesome. I have a coworker that went through the process, when she checks in on me every now and again, just to make sure I'm, staying on track and see how I'm doing. And that makes a world of difference. So, and it's nice because at this phase, I'm able to even talk to other people. So I've had a few different people contact me about, my thoughts and what I felt. And so that's been really cool to kind of pay it forward, because Cherie literally, y'all don't even know, like she has done so much for me and has been such a blessing to me, because it's easy to talk to people, but it's easier to talk to people that have been through what you've been through, because, they truly understand. So again, I am very open, honest, candid, about whatever is going on. So feel free to, leave comments below if you have any questions, or, reach out to me on social media. I literally have no problem talking, texting, emailing, sharing, whatever I can, because ultimately, this is a very big decision. It is not, again, it is not a get skinny quick scheme. It is not a, this easy. No, every day is work. I get up at 5:15 every single morning. Even on the days I don't exercise, I'm still up at 5:15 because I don't want to break that schedule. I'm up at 5:15. I leave my house about 5:40. I'm walking at 6. I'm done at 7. I come home. These last couple weeks, we've been doing some screening at school. So I come home, shower, meal, prep, whatever, and I'm out the door by 8 o'clock. So, and then again, I'm at work till about 2:30, coming home, and, the rest of your day continues. So, it's definitely been a process. I'm working out about, well, not working out, I'm walking. I try to do 5 days a week. Every once in a while I only get to the 4, but my goal is 5 days a week at least. And then I just found another, because I've been released now as far as weights and things like that. I just found another like strengthening exercise thing on Pinterest. So I plan on starting that. I think I'm gonna wait till Monday. I like to start fresh. So I plan on doing that, and that's incorporating like your squats and push-ups and jumping jacks and things like that. So then I'll be working out pretty much 2 times a day, 5 days a week. So yeah, that's another thing I'm looking forward to, is just starting to again build more muscle tone and strengthen. Because to me the worst thing is to be like thin but still be all like flabby. Like I want to be like Angela Bassett kind of build. I want to be like, if you're going to be thin, I want to look healthy and fit and, not bodybuilder muscular, but enough that, everything looks toned and tight and put together. Not all flabby and just yuck. So update on my back. Oh my gosh. Because again, that was the whole reason for this whole process in the first place. So like I said, I'm walking an hour a day. I never in my life would have imagined that I would have been able to do that, especially not at this time. So that has been such a blessing to me, being able to get up and, get out there and walk, and to not be in nearly the amount of pain that I was in prior to surgery. Every once in a while I get a little uncomfortable, but that's typically, closer to nighttime. And I guess that's just after, because I've been, doing stuff all day. So that's typically when I'm, laying down to get ready for bed. It's a little uncomfortable, but even that, like, if that's the pain I deal with for the rest of my life, like, I'm so grateful. Because compared to where I was at and not even being able to, go through the grocery store anymore, I'll take a little back soreness at night. So I'm super duper excited about that. Like I said, the diet is progressing well. The liquid is fine. I've made it to making sure I'm drinking my 64 ounces a day. I try to drink as much, more water. So I'm averaging about 40 to like 50 ounces of water so far. And then of course, like I said, I'm typically drinking the 2 protein shakes a day, which puts me well over the 64 ounces. My goal for this month is to be drinking a complete 64 ounces of water daily, and then the protein shakes in addition. So most of the reason why I don't get my water in is not because I can't handle it, but it's because I forget about it. So, making sure that I have a water bottle handy, making sure that I'm literally taking sips like all the time. It's I just got to keep working on it. So, weight loss. So I started this journey the day of my liquid diet. I weighed myself and I was 258 pounds, which is the highest I've ever been in my whole life, even including pregnancy. So I weighed in at 258 pounds. I weighed today and I'm currently 228 pounds. So since June 15th, I have lost a total of 30 pounds, which I'm so excited about. And my goal originally was to get to 180. But after kind of doing some more research for my body, height and things like that, I'm going to try to push a little bit farther to about 150, 160, just so that I can be in a comfortable, healthy range. And I really honestly just want to get out of that obese category. And I think that, again, any pounds that you take off will obviously relieve pressure on your knees and your, my back and ankles and, all of those body parts that we overuse and overwork, and, they get more uncomfortable with weight. So I have a meeting with because I'm on blood pressure medicine currently. So I do have a meeting with my primary care physician tomorrow to see about kind of adjusting that. Hopefully I will be able to completely be off of it at some point. But what we'll see. So I want to start getting that monitor just to see, what that's going to look like. And hopefully at the very least, we'll start lowering the doses and, things like that. So far, I know one of the concerns for people is hair loss. I've been hearing about that a lot in a lot of the different videos I've watched. So I'm going to start incorporating biotin just as as much of a preventative as I can. I haven't noticed any, hair changes as of yet. So I'm excited about that. But again, they just, talk about getting in as much protein as you can. So that's my other goal, is to get about 80 grams of protein versus the 60. So this month I'm going to work on, definitely incorporating more protein just into my food so that I'm getting in more at a time. And so, yeah, I think that's it. I'm trying to remember, was there anything else? No, I think that's it. So, overall, I'm doing great. It was nice today to be told I'm the weight loss surgery poster child. I have not followed all the rules to their exact specifications, but I literally have done my best to, stay within the parameters and the guidelines that have been given to me. And, I think that I've been very successful. So, I give myself credit for every, not necessarily credit, I give myself kudos for every, milestone, for every little victory, for every ounce, that I'm able to eat, and for every ounce that I'm able to lose. And obviously there's still, more for me to go. But to be able to see the growth and the change is amazing. Next video I will do probably at like the 3 months. And at that video, I'll be able to share my measurements with you. I took them in the beginning, but I haven't gone and redone them again yet. So I'll be able to share, the measurement changes with you from this point, from the next video and then forward. So that's kind of cool. Because I do typically lose more inches than I do pounds. That's just kind of my regular weight loss history, especially once I start incorporating more and more and more of the strengthening. I tend to get very muscular very quickly, which we all know weighs a little bit heavier than your fat. So at that point, then I know for sure I'll be switching over to more inches than pounds, which is cool. Either way, I'm good. So honestly, if for whatever reason I didn't lose another pound after this video, I'm good. I feel better, which was the intention. I have developed a new, healthier lifestyle as far as my eating and as far as my fitness. And to be able to do those things right now is just incredible to me. So I am truly, grateful for exactly where I am. And just happy to be at a point where I feel stronger and, just more confident in what I'm able to do. Because for a while, I just wasn't there. I wasn't there mentally. I wasn't there emotionally. And so it's nice to finally be in a place of comfort. So anyway, like I said, if you have any questions, please leave them below. Any comments, leave them below. Reach out to me on social media. Again, I have no problem calling, texting, emailing, pen paling, whatever, whatever you need, whatever support I can give. I have no problem, sharing that with you. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a good day, friends. Goodbye.